Hey guys, just wanted to jump on and run through some bits and pieces regarding the driver information screen and the infotainment unit as well, based on a couple of the questions on CUPRA Club of Australia this morning. So just want to run through, I guess, steering wheel setup and display setup. So if we just run through the buttons here, first of all, I'm in a 4-mentor VZX at the moment, but ultimately the same through most models, apart from a few differences like satellite buttons. So from right to left, I guess, heated steering wheel just through here. When you press that, you'll get a message that the steering wheel heating is on. Okay, and you got 3 different modes. So if you see the 3 lines there, that's its warmest at the moment, into middle, into lowest, and then off, just with another press of the button there as well. We'll come back to this scrolling button because it's quite important through the setup of your driver display, as well as these buttons here are all for the view. But moving across, voice control here, just a note on this, a 2-second hold will default to the voice control from your phone that's paired through, I use an Android and I use wireless Android CarPlay, but also obviously Apple CarPlay is the same. So if I hold it down for 2 seconds, it will actually use the voice control from your phone as opposed to the vehicle, which I find quite useful. Down for stereo controls, so skipping forward and back for your media, and volume over here on the left, and a push in for mute as well. Cruise control over on the side here, so on and off. This is for your travel assist, this button here, so obviously when that's available, it'll read the lines. You still need to obviously hold the steering wheel as well. Set and reset, pretty standard for cruise control. Distance for your adaptive cruise control through here. When you're in cruise control and you're set at a certain speed, a couple of guys noticed that the plus and minus go up and down by 10 kilometers an hour in terms of your set speed, but the set and reset button will actually put it up in or down in 1 kilometer an hour increments, so that can be quite handy as well. CUPRA mode button here, obviously cycle through your driving modes. Again, if we look at the screen here at the top, you'll see the display change. You can hear the CUPRA mode, I'm assuming. If you're sitting in, for example, a comfort mode, a 2-second hold on the steering wheel button there, the CUPRA mode button there, you'll hear that has gone into CUPRA mode there as well. And similarly, a 2-second hold on that will take it back out, which is quite handy. But I wanted to go through primarily the driver display that we've got through here. This view button here will change your main view. Okay, so you've got a couple of different modes here. So the tachometer and the speedometer go on the exterior of the screen through this one. This is more of a travel assist kind of screen. You've got your maps as default, the big speedometer obviously, and my personal favorite being the tachometer in the middle of the screen there as well. Worth noting, the widgets on the side, you can see I've got that set up at the moment with my media on the right hand side and my range on the left. If you hold down the view button, it will actually get rid of those widgets. So if we look at the other modes, notice the widgets have gone, but again, a hold down on that view button again, and the widgets kind of reappear as well. So if we jump back in, another point worth noting as well is that these are kind of changeable as well. So using the scroll button here that I talked about, that's so important. As you can see, that brings up a couple of different options. So through this screen, when we scroll down, we've got a lap timer, right, that we can go into if we wanted to, or it can show you digital speed in the middle, sorry, as well. Similarly, if we look at this mode, you scroll down and you can change that centerpiece to maps, driving displays, that kind of thing as well. So all the views kind of have an adaptation using that scroll button there by scrolling up and down. All right, so let's just jump back into what my favorite display is with the tachometer central. So these 2 buttons here, so that one's for the right and that one's for the left. This is where you're going to change your widgets through, and this is what we were talking about this morning. So if I scroll into the right one by pushing that button, and then using this scroll wheel again, if I scroll up and down, I know it kind of comes in and out of focus, you can scroll through different options here. So you've got the primary phone option, you've got the compass on there, the route guidance if it's active, nothing, your G-force, and what I have it set up as is the media. Now, when your media is set up and it's paired to Android CarPlay, and I'm making the assumption it's the same for Apple CarPlay, if someone actually calls me through there, it will show me the number on the side of the phone, and on the side of the screen, sorry, and if I press in this button, it will answer that call. All right. If you want your primary phone controls to be there all the time, again, just press the button on for the right side of the screen, right, and I scroll down, that's always got my phone displays active. So it's got my battery status, my network status as well, and it will have phone calls incoming and outgoing through there as well. On the left hand side of the screen, again, interchangeable. So there's range there, there's consumption, there's the consumption since start, so a bunch of different driver modes and fuel modes. So fuel gauge, temperature setting, not settings, but temperature displays. So a bunch of different driving display modes, time since start, that kind of thing as well. That's like an adaptive cruise control mode that can show you distance from the cars, and lane assist kind of display there as well. Or my personal favorite, a power and torque percentage, because, you know, I'm obviously that good a driver that I need to know that at all times. I joke, but I think it's cool. So that's why that normally sits there on my side of the screen as well. So hopefully that helps in regards to setting that up. You know, I know some people have been talking about answering phones and that kind of thing. For me, it's just a really good display to not have to look over at the infotainment system. My standard setup, my Waze is having a bit of a fit at the moment because I'm inside, but if you look at my standard setup, I've normally got Waze through my Android Auto, which I use as my maps, and then I've got the display for my phone and the vehicle and the kind of displays that I need driving through there at the same time. Just running through the infotainment system really quickly, just with a couple of hints and tips. So obviously the climate control scrollers on the side here, and passenger and driver. I did find out the other day that if you press both at the same time, the hot and cold, then it will actually, if I do it properly, that will be good. It will actually activate your heated seats, as we can see there. Right, so double press on those. I'm trying to do this one-handed, and obviously that activates the heated seats through there as well. So that's quite handy. In regards to the climate as well, obviously a press up here and you can jump into this screen where you can turn on and off different vents and that kind of thing too. You tap on the climate up here, you can adjust them. One thing I really like is the aircon reach, so it tells you how close it is to getting to the temperature that you're kind of set at as well, which is quite handy too. So again, I primarily use Android CarPlay, sorry, or Android Auto as it's called, but there's a couple of different options through there as well. So you've got your widget setting. So this can display 3 widgets, although there is 6 all up. It primarily displays 3 at once, right? And you can actually set them up to whatever you want, or you can have the grid display where you can go into different bits and pieces. I like it when I'm not using my Waze set up with the 3 displays, and this is actually probably pretty much how I would have it, right? So maps on the left, aircon on the right, because I can change the aircon fan speed nice and easily through there as well, and then the phone sitting here. If you want to change any of them, just hold it down like I did then, and you can select a different one there. So this is vehicle. I could change my drive profile. Probably not so necessary if you've got the satellite buttons, because it's probably a bit easier. But you can actually change the drive profile through there as well with the tap of a button. If they've got the 3 dots in the bottom right here, it means that there's different options there. So you could scroll that up and have parking assistance. If you use park assist a lot, that can be quite handy. And background lighting on that one, and the air conditioning has, you know, your different vents set up and that kind of thing as well. So if you want to adjust this and set it up however you want it, a long hold on any of the apps and you can select your app to go in there. Could be radio or media, and for example, I can change the source by just swiping up on that one as well. To get into any of these in a larger screen, just double tap on them, and then they'll come up and display that there as well. That's pretty much it. The only other thing I really want to mention, because a lot of people aren't really aware of it, is that your auto climate control has a couple of different settings. So 3 is obviously going to get it there as quickly as possible, and then 2 and 1 for lesser and lesser through there as well. That's pretty much it, guys. I think with some hints and tips regarding the infotainment and driver display. If there is anything else you'd like a video on, or if I've missed anything, please hit me up and happy to answer those questions as well.